The best daily necessities for survival situations. Number 10. Swiss Army knife. Swiss Army knives are not cheap, but they are top quality. It's a good idea to keep at least 2 of these knives separately, so that you always have a backup if you lose one. Swiss Army knives can do just about anything, from starting a fire and building a stove, to sawing small logs to building a makeshift loader, and notching wood to construct a shelter. These pocket knives aren't just Swiss, they're salvation. Along with the Swiss Army knife, you might also want to consider adding a small axe or hatchet to your bag. 'Cause you never know. Number 9. First aid kit. Hopefully you won't need it, but a basic first aid kit is always a good idea. Before treating an injury, make sure the kit contains a sterile wipe to clean the wounds and hands. It should also contain iodine and pure alcohol. Include bandages, gauze wraps, band-aids, and plenty of aspirin to reduce fever and swelling. Consider adding an insect repellent for your safety. If you use the first aid kit on a daily basis, be sure to refill it with a removed one. Regularly check that your first aid kit is ready, and put it back in place so you can always carry it with you. Number 8. Waterproof matches or lighter. In many survival situations, you may need to light a wood stove, light it to warm your body, or illuminate the road when all other resources are depleted. You may need a fire to tell you your location. If this happens, collect all the spare lighters around your home and include them in your survival kit. If possible, look for a waterproof match. If you can't find it in your local store, you can easily make it yourself. Other camp stores like Amazon, REI, and Walmart also have great options. Lighter with a reusable core. Another option is to get a flint and steel kit to make a fire. These are cheap, but beginners need to be a little careful. Even better, if the crayon is lying down, put it in the kit. Colored pencils are made of wax and can burn for up to 30 minutes. It's much better than a flimsy match. Number 7. Food and water. People expecting an existential survival event squirrel away enough food to last a while. This may not be the case in your situation, but even so, you should ensure that you have enough food and water for at least 72 hours. A lost or injured hiker will need supplies to last until rescue comes, and if you can't leave your house, you'll need the fuel to stay put. While you can last for days without food, it's best to have a cache of non-perishable, high-energy foods such as trail mix, oatmeal, and fruit leathers, fruit rolls. Include some chamomile tea bags, which can help you relax and has various medicinal properties. Water is another matter. Don't worry about packing it. It's too heavy. Instead, you'll need chemical sterilizers, a water pump, or a small pot for boiling. Preferably all 3, but we're not picky. Hopefully, you will be able to find a water source such as a stream. If you do, go as far upstream as possible and check the water for contaminants. Let the water boil for at least a minute, but boil it for as long as 5, if you're worried about its purity. If you're at home, fill the tub with water and use the same treatment process before sipping. Number 6. Sturdy footwear. As any hiker knows, good quality boots are fundamentally important. Buy a pair that allow your feet some space. If your boots are too tight, you are almost certain to get blistered feet. After buying new boots, wear them around the house or on errands for a few days. This will allow your feet to get used to your new footwear. Can't afford boots or simply don't have any? No problem. At least, for the love of Moses, find a pair of closed-toed shoes. There's no worse feeling than showing up to a party, and you're underdressed. Imagine that in a survival situation, but about 1,000 times worse. If a year or so has gone by, and you haven't worn those old Nikes in your closet, they just found a new home in your survival kit. Be prepared to outrun everybody when the zombies set in. Number 5. Sleeping bag. Your sleeping bag should be light, roomy, and waterproof. Keep your survival kit as light as possible. Don't weigh down your pack with the softest, comfiest, thickest material. Though, many camping and survivalist brands offer functionality without sacrificing a ton of comfort. Attach your sleeping bag to the outside of your pack. If you can, roll it up with a thin mattress pad. You can also forego a mattress pad and transform the hard ground using a mat of grass. If you are expecting a serious survival event, it's a good idea to have your rucksack ready packed, so you can leave at a moment's notice. For kiddos, ensure they still fit their sleeping bag about every 6 months. Number 4. Stove. It's a good idea to use a wood-burning stove. Gas canisters will only last a few hours, and are heavy to tote around if you're on foot. Wood-burning stoves allow you to cook your meals, using any scrap wood that you find around. If you are in the open, Look for wood in a sheltered place as it will be drier. Collect wood early in the day, and leave it in an exposed place to dry out. Set up your stove on a level surface in a sheltered spot. Number 3. Analog watch, compass, and maps. It's never a good idea to rely on a smartphone's GPS when you are out in the wild. In a survival situation, you might find that coverage is patchy or non-existent. And, sooner or later, you will have to recharge your phone's battery. You might think that including an analog watch on this list is a little curious, as knowing the time will probably not be among your most pressing concerns. However, you can use an analog watch as a compass, if you don't have a real compass. A detailed map of your area could be very important. The 1 to 24,000 scale maps produced by the United States Geological Survey are the best for residents in the United States. Other countries have equivalent maps, Ordnance Survey maps in the UK for example. A good map will allow you to work out where you are, and the best way to get from A to B. It will also help you to find important resources such as rivers, ponds, and streams. On YouTube, many videos will show you how to read and use a map. It might be a good idea to familiarize yourself with the skills needed, if you don't have any map experience. Number 2. Waterproofs. Good protective clothing will save you a lot of discomforts. You can buy light, high-quality rain gear at a reasonable price. In general, you should always keep your clothing as dry as possible. If you have to walk, ensure your socks are always dry. Change them if they are damp. Wet socks will cause blisters. Dry out clothing overnight next to your campfire, or lay clothes out in the sun during the day. Clean out your closet for old, but still in good condition articles of clothing, like a pair of jeans, long and short sleeve shirts, a beanie, hat, gloves, and jackets. You'll need at least one of each. Remember, this is about survival. No one will judge your Smurfs t-shirt when someone's leg needs to be amputated. Number 1. Rucksack. There is a wide range of rucksacks on the market at every price level. You don't need to spend a lot of money on a rucksack. Get one that is light, comfortable, and waterproof. A backpack is also a great alternative. Just don't use a tote bag, purse, or suitcase. You'll want your hands free and will be able to wear the pack for long periods. And that's it. Pack your bag with the above essentials in advance. If it's ready, and you'll want it to be ready, you can grab it and go, you little apocalypse surviving nerd. So guys, that's it for this video. What do you think about this video? Let us know in the comment section below. And if you are new to our channel, be sure to subscribe and ring the notification bell to get notified about our latest videos. Thank you for watching.